A boy sat at a diner table, staring at the single plate of food he had saved all week to buy. But just as he lifted his fork, he saw an old couple at the next table, hungry and empty-handed. What he did next would set in motion a chain of events that would shake his small town and change his life forever. The boy's stomach growled, sharp and unforgiving, but his eyes didn't leave the frail couple across the diner. Their hands were clasped together, their plates empty, their dignity hanging on silence. He looked at his own plate, a steaming meal he had longed for all week. And then, without a word, he slid it across the table to them. The old man's lips trembled as he whispered thank you, while the woman's eyes filled with tears. The boy smiled faintly, but his own hunger gnawed deeper. He didn't ask for anything in return. He just stood, nodded, and left into the cold night. That boy was Marcus Green, 14 years old, thin for his age, with shoes that had more holes than laces. He lived with his mother in a small house at the edge of town, where bills stacked higher than their cupboards were full. He worked odd jobs after school, raking leaves, cleaning yards, and saving every dollar. That meal had been his one reward, the meal he never ate. But what no one in that diner knew was Marcus carried something much heavier than hunger. His father had passed when Marcus was just 9, leaving behind only memories of hard work and quiet honor. His mother struggled to provide, working double shifts, often coming home too tired to eat. Marcus grew up faster than most, shouldering responsibility on shoulders still small. As he walked home that night, hunger twisting inside him, he whispered the words his father had once told him. Real strength isn't what you keep, it's what you give. The next morning, just as dawn touched the horizon, a knock shook their front door. Marcus opened it to find a tall man in a sharp coat, a face the boy recognized from news headlines. It was William Carter, a millionaire businessman known across the state. Behind him stood the old couple from the diner, their faces glowing with gratitude. Carter looked at Marcus with steady eyes. "Son," he said, "kindness like yours is rare. You gave away the only meal you had, and you did it without asking for anything. That tells me more about your heart than words ever could." From his coat, the man pulled out an envelope heavy with documents. It was a scholarship, fully funded through college, along with a trust fund to support his family. Marcus froze. His mother, standing behind him, covered her mouth with trembling hands. Tears ran down her face. The boy wanted to speak, but the words caught in his throat. The millionaire leaned closer and said a line that would echo across the town. "The world needs men who stand tall, even when they are hungry." You showed me that yesterday. News of the act spread quickly. Neighbors who once passed Marcus without notice now looked at him with quiet respect. Children whispered his name at school, but Marcus himself remained humble, repeating the simple truth. Hunger passes. Love stays. For the old couple, it was more than a meal. It was dignity restored. For the millionaire, it was a reminder that wealth meant nothing if it did not meet kindness. For Marcus, it was proof that even the smallest sacrifice could shake the walls of silence around the world. That night, as Marcus lay in bed, he felt something he had not felt in years, not hunger, not fear, but hope. And he knew his father's words were true. Real strength is never about what you keep. It is about what you give away, even when it costs you everything. Acts of kindness may go unseen by crowds, but never by fate. Marcus's story reminds us that generosity multiplies. often returning in ways we cannot imagine. Where are you watching from today? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this story touched you, subscribe for more true tales of dignity, sacrifice, and hope.